Welcome to another edition of Eddie G's Music World, and we talk music. So I figured I would get into a certain topic, which I don't believe I have really discussed before. So it is front people like lead singers in rock music. So I will get to that very soon, as soon as I find it on my incredibly exciting things list of things to do. And almost there. And let's see. Soon there, we're going to get to it. Lots of good things happening in music. Still no live shows. We don't know why. We don't know when. But apparently it will be happening at some point. But it's many, many moons away to get live concerts in this town. Based on all the issues with COVID, seems to be a never ending issue. Um, oh, I can hear myself. Okay, now let's see if I can find this list. I think I can. Seems to be like hard to track down, and then I'll be able to discuss it. These are what are called the top front people in music. Eddie G's music world. I know this always seems to be an issue, but we're working through it. Where can my list be? There it is. Just hides. It just hides. It's just a hard thing to get everything set up properly, people. I know you've heard that before, but this is real. Now this is some arbitrary list where somebody's opinion is that this is the top 100 of the lead singers. Not mine. It's their list. But I figured I'd talk about it because maybe it's exciting and interesting for you. Okay, number 100. This for this list is Klaus Meine, the lead singer. Hold on, I see that this list gets even longer. Where does it start? We might have a massively long list. And could this be it? 150? Wow. Let's go with that. Adam Levine, number 150 on the top lead singers in music or rock. Lead singer of Maroon 5, judge of shows like The Voice, been around about 15, 17, 18 years, frequent guest on The Howard Stern Show. And I've never been a huge fan, but he has some catchy songs, so why not put him up there? Number 149, Shirley Manson of the band Garbage. They have come to town before. Always been tempted to see them, but never did get around. They do have some great songs like "Only Happen When It Rains" and "Stupid Girl." So yes, Shirley Manson. Why not? Leader of Garbage. Number 148 is Liam Gallagher, lead singer of Oasis and another band called BDI. Those are the feuding Gallagher brothers of Oasis, and he's definitely got a great voice. They've definitely tried to compare themselves to the Beatles at first and had a great career, but the infighting has kept this band from continuing on. Eddie Money, again, it's his band, and he passed away, and I did see him live. So Eddie Money was a great frontman. I always assume when they say frontman, then it's like a band like the Rolling Stones or Zeppelin, but they considered his band, and he's the leader of his band. Next, we go to Jack Bruce, the lead singer of Cream. I think Eric Clapton sang a little bit on there. I always assumed it was Clapton at the beginning, but when I started to hear Cream songs, but really, he was the bass player and the singer, kind of like the way it was with Geddy Lee and Rush. You wouldn't, he played bass just like Geddy Lee. And okay, let's move on down the line. Who's next on our great list? Rick Springfield, great solo actor, on General Hospital, and he had many hits and still does a little bit of running around, doing shows here and there. He does solo concerts at parties. Recently, I heard that a little lip syncing going on, or tracks playing in the background while he shows up by himself with a guitar, type of thing. Number 144, Slipknot, metal band with the masks, Corey Taylor. Now, there was a guy who passed away in that band. I might have been him. It could have been him. So that is number 144 on the list. Number 143 is Phil Anselmo from Pantera. Great metal band. Never saw them live. Did hear a lot about them. Not really my favorite band, but a band that's been around. And I think one of those, Dimebag Darrell, is the one that passed away from that group. But Phil Anselmo gets the accolades at number 143 on the top 150 lead singers or frontmen. 142 is Dio. Did get to see him with it was with Black Sabbath, but they called it some other name because of maybe there were some issues legally with with calling it Black Sabbath. He had a band called Elf. He was in another band when he was younger, but obviously this is mainly his solo act and his Black Sabbath days that put him at this point on the list. Hello, Robin Gibb, 141 of the Bee Gees, but interesting. He's a front man, but there were three singers, so I don't know if he was the quote unquote front man for the Bee Gees, but they made a list. Somebody, and let's just accept that they think he's the lead singer or the front man. With a little bit of a mix between Barry and Maurice. Maurice was a little further in the back, but I thought Barry also was kind of a lead singer type of thing. 140 on the list, Patti Smith from the Patti Smith Group. Punkish girl, married Will Sonic Smith from Fred Sonic Smith, sorry, from the Kick Out the Jams band, whatever I can't remember their name now. Um, anyway, she's famous for not being like a big star, but she did co-write "Because the Night" with Bruce Springsteen at least. Number 139, Marilyn Manson. Been in the news for bad things lately, for manipulating women and issues where they claim you know, he's been manipulating women and not nice to them and whatever. But I saw them live. Very great show. He's a front man. It's not only singing, I think, front man. It's the guy that's out there most. Now, here's Brian Connolly. I think he's the guy from Sweet, but it doesn't say that. Usually my description says what act they're known with, but I think that Brian Connolly was in Sweet, but we'll just go with that for now. Ike and Tina Turner, both front people. Mortina, to me, was the front singer of that band, but Ike's get in there because he's, I guess, guitarist. He was well known, so maybe they consider him front man too. Number 136, Tom York from Radiohead. Yeah, of course, he's the guy with a bit of an eye issue, bit of a temper, kind of type of band that's been around 20 something years, still always this kind of alternative band that gets a lot of great hype and for good reason. Number 135 of the top 150 front people, Serge Tankian from System of a Down. I've heard a couple of their songs. Yeah, I like them, but I don't sit and listen to them that much. But I guess I've seen videos and he is the front man, and they consider him pretty high up. Mike Patton from Faith No More. From my recollection, I heard Faith No More when I walked in, partly through a show. I think they were opening up for some, maybe the Rolling Stones, and they didn't last that long, but they seem to have quite a following anyway. And I thought they were okay live. Number 133, Dave Matthews Band. Kind of one of these kind of how do you say, low key type of guys, not really a screamer. He just kind of sings great, writes these songs that people seem to like. So he's very successful at it. Heavy touring act, Dave Matthews. Number 132, Black Flag and Rollins Band. Henry Rollins, kind of these rough guys that gets into fights with fans and fans that are in the front row. He kind of mixes it up with them, and he's got this edgy style. He's been on Howard Stern. I don't know if he's still that big a deal, but he was for a bit in the 90s, late 90s, I think. And finally, Jeff Tate from Queensryche. He's no longer in Queensryche. Interesting, I saw them open up for the Scorpions 2004, Queensryche. And then I said, I saw that it wasn't, they didn't play Silent Lucidity, their most popular song. And so I tweeted that to Jeff Tate. And he said, "What do you want from me? I haven't been in the band for 5 years. Why do you think I have anything to do with what they play live?" And then I apologized to him. I said, yeah, I kind of thought the singer looked a bit younger than you. So I was really looking at the singer and I said, wow, Jeff Tate hasn't aged, but it's because he hasn't been in the band and they have some younger guy filling in for, well, not filling in, but he's the lead singer of Queensryche currently. So that's probably why it didn't sound like Jeff Tate. So this is Eddie G's Music World. Kind of a bit of a crazy time with the show because technical issues have besieged me with microphones and jacks and where to plug it in, the audio. I mean, I don't know. I need a Baba Booey to help produce the show, but I'm a one man act and I do what I can. I'm changing things if I have to, and maybe one day I'll have a producer to help me out, and that'll be a fun time. So it's Eddie G's Music World saying thanks for a fun little show, and we talked about the best front people in rock music. Thank you.